With us 50% through quarter three in 2024, I've recently altered which credit cards I want to add to my rotation. And in this video, we're going to talk about what credit cards I carry with me on a daily basis, as well as my most recent additions to my wallet. Now, before we hop into that content, guys, feel free to smash that subscribe button as it directly supports my channel. And I release credit card content regularly here on YouTube. Moving on to our first card, and the most recent in my credit card rotation as of yesterday, is the IHG Premier credit card. I applied for this credit card for a wide variety of reasons, but the first being its historically high sign-up bonus at the time of filming this video. And the current sign-up bonus is 5 free nights when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening this credit card. Not only that, each night has a value upwards of 60,000 IHG points, meaning that this solo sign-up bonus is worth upwards of 300,000 IHG points if you max out each and every one of these nights. The IHG Premier credit card is also going to get me Platinum Elite status. And as we know, guys, status makes hotel stays better. And being a World of Hyatt fanboy and loyalist, I really want to branch out and kind of explore the other hotel chains. And establishing Platinum Elite status is going to get me that good old early check-in and late checkout, which is huge for me, as well as the fourth night free, which for this rendition of the sign-up bonus is huge. Lastly, it's going to get you that extra redemption value when you are making award redemptions. So Platinum Elite status within the IHG system is a great place to start. To finish up with the IHG card, because I will have an entire video dedicated to it, is that the $99 annual fee is easily washed away, guys. Not only with the 40,000 point anniversary credit that can be topped up with other credit card points, but you're also going to get a $100 TSA pre-check credit every 4 years. So the moral of the story is, guys, if you are on the market for a hotel credit card, take a look at the historically high offer of the IHG Premier credit card. Moving on to the second credit card in my wallet, and another sign-up bonus and status-centric credit card, is the Hilton Honors. Now, the Hilton Honors credit card is the base level Hilton card within the Amex ecosystem, and I was able to capitalize on an elevated point offer. Now, I unfortunately missed out on the free night credits, but I was able to bounce referral links off with my wife and capitalize on an elevated Hilton sign-up bonus, as well as those 20,000 referral points. Now, this credit card is not going to get much mileage because all it offers is Hilton Silver status, but it is a stepping stone for myself as well as my wife on working our way up the Hilton ladder. We'll eventually make it to the Hilton Aspire, which has those lucrative free night credits on an annual basis. But this credit card is also going to establish at least a stepping stone of Hilton status, get me elevated Hilton Honors points, and give me a credit card to put any Hilton related spend. This credit card was great when I went to Daytona Beach earlier this year, and I was able to capitalize on that elevated Hilton Honors multiplier when I ate at all the restaurants on the property. Now that we've gone over the two newest additions over the last 3 months to my personal rotation, with many more to come by the end of the year, let's move on to the mainstays in my wallet. They get daily usage, and the first being the American Express Gold Card. This card, guys, hands down gets the most spend on a monthly basis due to its elevated 4x multipliers on dining as well as groceries. Having access to both 4x in dining and groceries is huge for myself, especially as a Chase loyalist. Because as we know, Chase lacks a grocery category overall, unless you take into consideration the Chase Freedom Flex, one time per year. Also, they have a 3x ceiling on dining, so the American Express Gold Card is going to get me 4x in both of these categories. In addition, it's going to give me $120 in dining credits, which if you utilize a hack like the Grubhub Guarantee hack, the ceiling just continues to raise. You can also point stack utilizing the offers tab with Rakuten, which I have in a latest video, and it can get you elevated multipliers upwards of 10 to 20x when you shop online. And lastly, the new Resi credit. Living in Miami, a large majority of restaurants are Resi restaurants, so utilizing this credit is super simple. Especially because right now in Miami is Miami Spice, where most high-end restaurants are offering you a prefixed 3-course dinner for $45 to $65. So using this Resi credit is easier than ever, especially in the second part of the year. Now, this credit card requires the correct user, especially with its heightened annual fee and new Resi credit. And I focus on the Resi credit because Resi is 100% geographically dependent. If you have to get in your car and drive 2 hours to your nearest Resi restaurant, this is where the credit card begins to not make sense anymore. So if you fall in this category, I would definitely begin to reevaluate if other no annual fee or kind of lower tier dining credit cards are correct for you. Moving on to the next card that gets quite a good amount of mileage as well is the BILT Mastercard. Now, the BILT Mastercard is most known for getting you 1x back on rental payments, especially because it waives that 3% pesky transaction fee. So, this credit card allows you to subsidize your rent and achieve credit card points in return. Now, this is huge for someone like me who lives in Miami, Florida, and pays an inflated rental costs. In addition to its rental benefits, this credit card also has a 3x floor on dining, but it gives you access to the BILT neighborhood dining program. This is huge for someone like me in Miami because a lot of restaurants are BILT partners, meaning that I not only get a 3x back on dining, but I also get an elevated multiplier 2 to 3x on top of that. And you have the ability to link your credit card, such as the American Express Gold Card, and you can double dip within ecosystem. So if I go to a BILT neighborhood dining restaurant and use my Amex Gold that's linked to my BILT account, I'll not only get 4x on my Amex, but I'll also get 2 to 3x on the BILT dining restaurant. Now, the BILT credit card does come with some controversy as they have recently done some kind of stealth nerfs where they lowered the threshold of their rent day promotion. Now, if you're a BILT credit card member, you know that rent day is kind of the most exciting part of the credit card, and they just recently lowered the threshold to $10 worth of BILT points every first of the month. Now, what I always like to kind of remind people is that this is a no annual fee credit card and the benefits are lucrative. They're the only credit card that allows you to pay rent with a 1x multiplier as well as waive any sort of transaction fees. And this nerf should only affect you if you are a BILT loyalist, meaning that your entire credit card rotation revolves around the first of the month, as well as leveraging all of your expenses to maximize your BILT points. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't a kind of big deal because it is, especially because they didn't alert their members. But unless you are a BILT loyalist like myself, this credit card nerf didn't even really affect me. So I still believe this credit card has plenty of life and will be a mainstay in my credit card rotation. Moving on to kind of the workhorse of my rotation being a Chase loyalist, I'm going to put them all together because we've all heard of them. We've all know about their benefits, which is the Chase Trifecta. The Chase Trifecta that I have is made up of the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Chase Freedom Flex, and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, each one of these credit cards has a specific role in my wallet, with the Chase Freedom Unlimited being my 1.5x catch all. Being someone that kind of values Chase points at the highest of its potential, I rather take the 1.5x in Chase points than have another kind of 2x on another credit card. Now, I'm kind of wrestling with how I'm going to navigate this in the future because I do want to venture into the Venture X or Venture with its elevated offer. But as of right now, I am fine with the 1.5x that I get on my Chase Freedom Unlimited. Moving on to the second card in the Chase Trifecta being the Chase Freedom Flex, which is the dedicated 5x rotating category credit card. With previous categories being things such as dining and Amazon, I have easily maxed out these categories. But the current quarter has EV charging as well as things like concerts, and it's slightly harder to max these out. But I'm still happy with these categories because I have a electric vehicle, and having that 5% on charging stations really does fill in a gap that I need filled for credit card points. Moving on to the third and arguably the most important credit card in the Chase Trifecta is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. That is because the Chase Sapphire Preferred allows you to combine all of your Chase Ultimate Reward points amongst all of your Chase Ultimate Reward points earning credit cards and transfer them out to transfer partners. This is how you can unlock hidden value for each one of your points. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is also my dedicated travel abroad credit card because of its base level multipliers. It gets you a 3x back on dining, which I don't know about you, but when I dine abroad, I love to try new foods. You also get 2x back on travel, which is awesome if you're going to do things such as excursions. And the best part is it waives all associated foreign transaction fees. Now, while I do have the American Express Gold Card that has higher multipliers, as we know, Amexes are not widely accepted abroad. Other benefits include things like primary rental car insurance, which is huge, especially if you're renting cars when you're traveling. All in all, guys, being able to have all three of these credit cards in your rotation for just $95 a year, they're easily justifiable and give you some of the most valuable currency in the entire credit card game. The last credit card in my wallet that gets usage on a monthly basis is the Chase Business Inc. Cash Card. This is my dedicated phone bill as well as internet payment where they have 5% categories respectively in both areas of spend. Just between my phone and internet payment, I'm getting anywhere between $15 and $20 on a monthly basis from a $0 annual fee business card. Now, the best part about the Ink credit cards is that they're notoriously famous for having elevated sign up offers. And the Ink credit card is no different, getting you $750 when you hit that minimum area of spend. And at the time of filming this video, guys, there is an amazing hybrid credit card offer where it gives you 6 months to hit the minimum area of spend that traditionally takes 3 months. Now, the good thing with business credit card, guys, is that you don't need an EIN or LLC. You can apply with your own social security number as long as you have a secondary source of income, such as a side hustle, either selling clothes secondhand on eBay, walking dogs, tutoring, anything that applies as a side hustle, you can qualify for a business credit card. And the best part is that this credit card does not take a Chase 524 spot, but what it does require you is to be below 524 at the time of filling out the application. Well, guys, that concludes the credit cards that I have in my wallet at this given time. While I have others that weren't listed in this video, they don't get as much mileage and don't merit a talk on why they're in my wallet at this time. And I did currently add 2 specific credit cards in the last 3 months, and I have plans on adding 1 more before the year ends, as well as early next year. Give me a comment below on which credit cards you're eyeing to add to your rotation, as well as drop me a subscribe if you enjoyed content such as this. And if you want 2 other videos on credit cards that I spoke about in this video, I got them right here for you.